Sixth trumpet. Then it goes through this whole situation talking about the two witnesses, the seventh trumpet. This is chapter 11 of Revelation. The seventh trumpet is there. The seventh angel blew his trumpet, and there were loud voices in heaven saying, okay, you can read on. So the seventh trumpet has been blown. But what else did we read? That group was harvested before bowl one, right? And it talks about all of this in the seventh trumpet. The vision that he sees of the woman. We said the woman was what? Israel, right? And here it says that she's pregnant, right? And here it talks about a sign in the sun and the moon and the stars, right? And the dragon, who we know to be Satan. She's giving birth to a man-child, who we know to be Jesus, who's caught up to heaven. And then she flees to the wilderness for 1,260 days to be nourished by God. Didn't Matthew 24 tell us that's what happens to those in Judea, which will be Israelite Jews? She flees to the wilderness away from the face of the serpent. Didn't he tell them when the abomination of desolation happens, like Daniel said, to run to the wilderness, flee? Because the tribulation is coming. Okay? I'm paraphrasing here. Okay? It keeps going on talking about how these people are being persecuted and all of that. How saints are being persecuted. This is how people say, it says the saints, they're supposed to endure, right? The saints are there. No. Tribulation saints are there, but not the church. See here? If you read on, it talks about how there was war in heaven. He was going after the woman after he saw he couldn't get to the woman. And he says the accuser of the brothers and sisters, right? And then he's ticked off because he's been kicked out of heaven. The woman fled to the wilderness. She's got help from the earth, which I believe is an earthquake. It says, he says he sent a flood to go after the woman, and it was sucked up by an earthquake. Flood means army. A massive earthquake is going to kill off some of this army, right? It's going to help the woman. And then he's going to wage war on the rest of her offspring. And people say, see, that's the church. No, tribulation saints. It says those who keep the commands of God and hold firmly to the testimony of Jesus. Remember, we talked about those commands and what they are during the tribulation. Remember, we talked about that? And here also it says, the woman will be nourished times, and half a time. Didn't we talk about that? And she's going to be given 2 wings like an eagle, so she can fly from the serpent's presence to her place in the wilderness. Eagle. God is the eagle. Remember the faces of God? We said ox, man, eagle. And there's one more. Ox, lamb, ox, eagle, man, and what's the fourth one? You guys know the fourth one. I can't think of it off the top of my head. You know what it is. It was in one of the previous studies. Okay. Right? So let's keep looking. We are in Trump. And here it is. 14 and 15, what we just read. In Trump 7. Tribulation saints, guys. This is the second harvest. Rapture 2. This group goes through the tribulation. This group is Israel. And we're going to learn why in another